transaction must obey the following rules. First, a transaction T must issue the operation SA. S means shared on data item A. SA or read log on A, or XA. XA means exclusive lock on data item A, or write lock on data item A before any read operation is performed in T. T means transaction. So before any read operation A, a transaction must issue some type of lock, either read lock or write lock. So a transaction T must issue the operation XA or write lock before any write operation is performed in T. So in case of any read operation or any transaction that can issue read or write lock, but if any transaction wants to write something, then in that case write lock should be implemented, or exclusive lock should be implemented before any operation is being performed in that transaction T. After completion of all read and write operation in transaction T, that transaction T must issue an unlock operation. So it is not allowed to lock any item and let other wait for indefinite time. No. Whenever your transaction is completed, then you have to unlock that data item so that other can access that data item. So if a transaction already holds a read lock or a write lock on item A, then transaction T will not issue an unlock operation. So if anyone is either reading or writing, then in that case transaction will not issue any unlock operation, and a transaction that already holds a lock on item A is allowed to convert that to one lock state to another under certain condition. So he can convert it from one lock from one locked state to another under certain condition. So these are the rules for shared and exclusive lock. And how the upgradation is possible? So upgrading the lock by issuing a write lock operation or conversion of read lock to write lock. So if any transaction has read access on any data item, then he or she can convert it into write lock also. So suppose till now that transaction was only reading the value. Now it wants to write the value or update the value. Then the lock should be converted from read to write lock. So this is the first case. So a transaction T will not issue a write lock operation if it already holds a read lock or write lock on item A. So if a transaction is already holding either read lock or write lock on item A, then it cannot issue a write lock operation unless it is unlocked. So when conversion possible? If T is the only transaction holding a read lock on A, at the time it issue the write lock operation, the lock can be upgraded. So only in one case the transaction is allowed to upgrade its locks from read to write, when it is the only transaction which is holding the read lock on that data item. No other transaction is holding any lock on that data item, then in that case only this transaction will be allowed to lock that data item, or it can upgrade its lock from read to write. Now, downgrading the lock by issuing a read lock or conversion of write to read lock. So, if any transaction has already given the write lock, then how to downgrade it to read lock? So, a transaction T downgrade from the write lock to read lock by acquiring the write lock or XA, then the read lock or SA, and then releasing the write lock. So first it will acquire the write lock and then read lock, and then it will release the write lock. So it will maintain its read lock. So these are the rules for upgradation or downgradation of lock. Now this is the algorithm. So for read lock, for having read lock, so the condition is if lock on X is unlocked, means now the status is unlocked, no other transaction having any lock. So if there is no lock, means the data item is unlocked, then begin lock X, assign this lock X with read locked, and it will also count the number of read. So read lock can be implemented by more than one person. So how to take care that how many person or how many transactions are accessing this data item? So for that we will count each and every transaction which is accessing this data item. So if it was unlocked and we are the first to read getting it read locked, then we will also change the variable number of reads from 0 to 1, and this process will end. Else means if lock X is not unlocked, else then there may be two conditions. If any data item is not unlocked, then it may be either read locked or it may be write locked. So if lock X is read locked, then number of reads, one more transaction is just want to read it, so number of reads will be increased. So number of reads plus 1. So whatever will be the was the value of number of read, it will be increased by 1. Else means when lock X is not either unlocked position and not in read lock position, means it is in write lock position. So else begin wait until lock X becomes unlocked. So if anyone is holding write lock, then other transaction have to wait. It cannot have access on that data item, and the lock manager wakes up the transaction. So lock manager will ping whether you are doing something or not. Then if it is finished, then again go to B, means if the data item was unlocked by that ongoing transaction, then again the other transaction will try here again, try from the start, from here. Again it will check if lock X is unlocked, then it will start all the operation. Go to B and end. So this is the algorithm for getting read lock on data item X. Let's see the other one, that is write lock. How to get any data item write locked? So for write locking any data item X, we will check if lock X is unlocked. In that condition, then if we can write locked any data item when it is unlocked only. So in that case, then lock X, assign this lock X with write locked value. Make it write locked. Else begin. If it is not unlocked, then what begin? It has to wait until it becomes unlocked. So wait until lock X becomes unlocked and the lock manager wakes up the transaction. So whenever that data item will be unlocked, then in that case the lock manager will remind for locking this data item. Then again, if he wakes up, then it will go to B, again restart this process, and then it will issue the write lock to the data item X and then end the process. So in this way, write lock will be implemented. So we have seen how read lock will be implemented and how write lock will be implemented. Now the third one is how unlock will be implemented. So how to unlock a data item. So this third algo is for unlocking any data item X. So if lock X is write locked, so there are two situations. Either the data item is write locked or it is read locked, then only you can unlock it. If it is already unlocked, then you don't need to unlock it. So the first condition, if lock X is write locked, then begin lock X, issue the unlock value to lock X and wake up one of the waiting transaction if any. So if it is unlocked and meanwhile if anyone else have tried to enter this room, then that transaction manager will wake up that transaction that now it has been unlocked. You are free to perform whatever operation you want, or you can now lock the data item. Okay, so in this case also transaction manager will wake up one of the waiting transaction if there is any, and then end. Else means the second condition, whether it was write locked. So but the situation may be that the data item is read locked. Read locked means it is more troublesome. Why? Read lock may be by different transaction, more than one transaction. So if lock X is equal to read locked, if it is read locked, then begin. What? We were counting the number of reads, how many have been issued this read log. So if the value of read X, number of read is suppose 5, then that will become now 5 minus 1. 1 is exiting this read log, so it will be subtracted by 1. But if number of reads is 0, if no one else is reading it, so number of read is 0, then begin what? Assign unlock to this variable lock X, and then wake up one of the waiting transaction if any, and then end the whole process of unlock. So it is simple.